Hey everyone, how is it going? It's Becky, your sketching pal from Hong Kong, and I'm here on my week off actually. So I'm actually currently in between jobs and I do have 1 week off, and I thought that one of those days needs to be spent here at Disneyland. Ta-da! Because it's the magical happiest place on earth allegedly, and we're gonna see if that's true. Just kidding, there's no way for us to test if that's true, but I thought I would capture a little bit of holiday vibes. I know it's only November, but we are easing into it. And although it's still really hot and still like summer vibes here in Hong Kong, might be the warmest Christmas I've had in a very, very long time. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to come scout out the holiday and festive decorations and get sketching. And the result is Disney is full of festive decorations, because look at that Christmas tree at the back, look at all the surroundings. I think I'm pretty much surrounded by Christmas decor and festivities decor. So I'm hoping that once we go inside, we will be able to find some Christmas stuff for us to sketch. So the verdict is there is no Christmas decorations up on the castle, but I doubt that it'll take Disney long for them to put up some stuff on the castle, because it is, after all, the main attraction. Or actually, they do have live projections that they put on there for the nighttime fireworks show. Maybe that's why there's nothing up there, but who knows? Disney never ceases to amaze anyway. But yes, in case you cannot tell, I am a huge, huge Disney fan. I actually literally just renewed my annual pass for a second year. I don't know if I'm gonna get my money's worth. I doubt that that's the case, because anything Disney often involves a little bit of a kid premium price, and now that I'm an adult, I can kind of budget that for myself. And you know that meme where people say like, when you're an adult, you just spend money on all the things that you want to do as a kid, and now you can actually afford it? I feel like this is it for me. Like just going to Disneyland, having an annual pass, coming in whenever I want, living the dream, baby. High-key not as festive as I would have imagined it to be, because once you get past the main sort of area, there's really not a lot of Christmas decorations going on just yet. I think maybe they might add it more towards the end of the month. It is currently November 16th, so there is some time before Christmas is actually really upon us and December really hits. What I'm really amazed with is this crowd. It is a Wednesday, y'all, and it is packed. The ticketing lady in the front told me that there's some sort of promotion going on, so people are coming in, but still it's Wednesday. Don't people have to work? And I don't know if Hong Kong is exactly open for tourists either, because there's still some sort of COVID monitoring measures that you need to do when you come here. I don't know, but I'm kind of glad that Disney is alive as well. And I hope for it to be like a little bit more vibrant, so the park can really open every day. Because currently it's only open like 5 days out of 7, which means that me, as an annual pass holder, I cannot go 2 days out of 7. I wish that would change. All right, I seem to have found a spot here. This is where I'm gonna be, and that's what I'm going to sketch, because looking around, I think a lot of it is super Christmassy, but I even thought of like these Christmas trees, but I do want to find something that has a little bit of a Mickey Mouse element in that. So I think these two might go quite well, and also the little Mickey ornaments. Maybe if I can put that in, that would be a great scene.
I think I tend to struggle a little bit when it comes to sketching out a scene when I don't really know where the shapes are going to be, or if the composition actually fits the page. So to start this off, I actually did start with a pencil drawing, and this is using a Prismacolor very thin that I happen to have inside my bag, so I just pulled that out. I tried to pull in all the major shapes, starting with the biggest one, which is like the trapezium-ish shape of the canopy, and then I slowly moved to the other smaller bits, such as the Mickey, because I wanted that to be a highlighted or accentuated bit. It is Disneyland after all, so I wanted to make sure that I have a little bit of that Christmassy thing in there. And here I'm actually using one of my newer sketchbooks. It is the Traveler's Company Watercolor sketchbook. And it's quite interesting, I think, always to try out a new sketchbook. I just happened to see it in my local store, so I thought I would grab it because it wasn't that expensive. I heard that it performs well with watercolor, so I wanted to put that to the test. As far as performance goes, I think they handle watercolor pretty well, even though I did use it for some ink sketches, and I could see that the ink kind of just sits on the top of the surface, so I don't know if water-based paint would go into the page a little bit more. It's not a thick paper, so that might be one of the reasons, but so far I quite like this sketchbook. I'm just not a big fan of the spiral bit because even though you can tilt it to the back, but the pages are kind of loose, so you can see that my left hand is bent holding down the page, which means that it is not holding the watercolor palette. So my watercolor palette is just sitting to the right of me, and it moves around a lot when I try to pick paint from it. So that bit is not fun, but apart from that, I think I'm happy with it. And as far as everything else goes within the sketch, I think I just try to focus on the bigger shapes before moving to the little ones, trying to use the same color I see everywhere on the page. I'm also trying to make sure that I leave some of the parts kind of warm. So the page of the sketchbook does have a little bit of a creamy warm undertone. And that's actually perfect because if I put like a very thin layer of watercolor, then it's kind of light and it's warm. So it does kind of show that that's actually a warm blue that you see on the left sides of the canopy, which I think represents the sunlight hitting it quite well. And I am having a little bit of trouble with the water brush. I don't know why the water isn't going out as much as I wanted to, so I'm just trying to squish it out with two hands. But apart from that, I'm having quite a fun time pulling this sketch together. I just thought it was really cute that I could isolate a small part of Disneyland for a Christmassy themed sketchbook that's not like a typical Christmas tree or just like one of those statues and figurines in the garden, although those are great too, but I thought this was like a little bit more theme parky and not something that you would find in maybe a traditional garden. And I just wanted to put in all the little details, and I think this is where you start to get nitpicky, and really at this point you can stop at any time, but I just wanted to get all the details in before I finish up the sketch, and I'm actually quite happy with this. I think I really need to start drawing with pencil a lot more often because I actually really like the lineless look as opposed to the ink outline that I always use with my Sailor Fude pen, although that is great too. But I think for watercolor sketches, I do prefer to have a non-outline look, something similar to this. And with that, I think I will be wrapping up the sketch.
Alright, that is going to be it from me today, guys. I wonder what's the environment like where you're at. Is it also like starting to become super holiday and festive? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks so much for joining me on my adventure. See you next time. Bye!